Hello and welcome to the PCI Compliance Dashboard Overview. In this video we're going to take a look at a dashboard which has been configured to monitor traffic to and from some sensitive servers on my network. The dashboard itself has been configured with a number of elements which is looking at the traffic and also the security instance associated with these servers. In the first element here we've got a trend set up which is monitoring traffic to and from PCI servers. Looking at the results, we can see there was an increase in traffic a couple of hours ago, and the LANGuardian provides the option of being able to drill down to find out who's been making those connections. Looking at the detail here, it looks like a number of internal clients have been accessing these servers. We can get further information by drilling down on the totals as to what servers they're connecting to, and also what applications on the PCI servers they're accessing. The next element on the PCI Compliance dashboard is looking at any sensitive file activity associated with these servers. The LANGuardian comes with an option which passively monitors Microsoft file sharing activity on the network. It doesn't require any client or server software to be installed. So in this case here, we can see somebody from the sales department has been accessing a server within this PCI network. And they're accessing a sensitive file which has been shared on this server. Now behind the scenes, the LANGuardian here, I've configured it to monitor for any activity relating to this sales folder. So if somebody does access this, it's displayed on the dashboard here. The next element here is looking at traffic to and from the credit card payment servers. Again, like all LANGuardian reports, you've got the option here to click on the totals to get further information. So here we can see a number of internal IP addresses have been accessing these credit card payment servers. We could get further information here by clicking on the total. If I was to see an external IP address here that's not local to my network, I might want to drill down further and find out what they've been accessing on these particular servers. The next element I've added to this dashboard here is looking at any PCI or any network modifications of Cisco devices, in my case, which are relating to the PCI servers. So I've got a number of routers here which control access in and out of the PCI server farm. And in this case here, we can see a number of users have been logging onto these Cisco devices and they've been getting into config mode. Now we need to keep an eye on this because somebody could be changing the access control lists. They may be making changes to routing. So this element here allows us to monitor for network changes which is associated with this sensitive network. These events can also be configured to be emailed if they're detected on the network. So if you're interested in getting an email direct to your mailbox when a change like this occurs, that can be also configured. The next element here on our PCI dashboard is looking at any security events associated with these sensitive servers. So I've got a lot of stuff going on here that possibly needs investigating. And we have the option here from the dashboard to be able to drill down and find out more information. So here we can see some net scan activity. So this is where somebody is scanning our sensitive network. So we can just click on the total here to get further information. So here we can see an internal client here, looks like the IP address is internal, scanning our network here in port 445. Now this is definitely worth investigating in this case because this machine possibly is infected with some sort of a worm virus type thing. Okay, the next element here on our dashboard is a subset of these events here. We can see here that a number of credit card events have been logged. Now this is further drill down on that. So what's happening here is that the LANGuardian is detecting credit card numbers which are being sent in clear text. So that goes against the PCI compliance requirements which suggest that you should encrypt this activity. So we're detecting credit card numbers here in raw text being transferred across the network. And these are the machines or the clients responsible for these transactions. So this is something we need to investigate Maybe it might be misconfiguration on the client. It might be just bad version of software or something. This allows us here to detect credit card numbers being sent as clear text. The next element here on my dashboard is looking at any inbound connections through the firewall. So whereas some of the traffic analysis we did earlier on, we could find a lot of internal addresses accessing the servers. This report is specifically looking at any IP addresses which are outside of our network range. So here we can see some SQL activity coming from an external address. So we can just click here on the total to find out where it's coming from. So it looks like this IP address here has been accessing our SQL servers within the PCI network. So we may need to do a lookup on this IP address here to find out who's it registered to. If it's somebody we do not know, it might be a case that we need to strengthen the rule set on our firewall so as to block this type of activity. And finally, the last element here is showing any internal users which are accessing these secure servers. So we may be able to spot here users who typically wouldn't have any, business of accessing these servers. So for example, we got somebody here in the engineering department. To find out a little bit more about what's happening here, we can just click on the total, which will break it down into what servers they're accessing. So this element here is showing us who on the network is accessing our servers or within this secure environment. In an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how you'll be able to set this dashboard up yourself within your own environment. So again, thanks for tuning in.